If you're an abstract artist and you've been looking for a way to start an abstract painting that's actually fast and fun and has a tremendous amount of depth, then this is the video for you. Hi, my name is Adele and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I have so many different ways to start abstract paintings, and I'm constantly developing new ways because you can start one way, and then if you're always starting the same way, you come out with the same thing more often than not. So I've come out with a really fun way I want to share with you today. So I'm going to talk about, I have 4 paintings here that are 12 by 12 inches on canvas. And I'm going to talk a little bit about and show you what I've done and what you can do can look like. And then stay tuned because I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. So I call these color pulls. This is color pulls, which means pulling color across your canvas. Now, I've worked with these on very large canvases, but to show you, if you're going to work small and do some samples and experiment with this, these are 12 by 12 inches. And you can also do it on paper if that's your medium. But these are 4 12 by 12 canvases that I've worked on using color pulls as the first layer. And 2 layers. And then I put collage on top. And if you're interested to see that, the next video, part 2, is going to show you the paintings that I do and how to put the collage on top. So make sure you watch part 2. And before I get into all the talking and the demonstrating, please do me a favor and click the subscribe button and the bell below so that you'll get noticed for every new YouTube video I have. And I'm really having an end goal this year for 2025 to hit the 100,000 subscribers. So please do that right now. Thank you. Okay, so here are 4 examples. And you can tell underneath, some have layers and layers and lots of collage, some don't. But let's start with this one over here. And by the way, I'm showing you this. This is one without the floater frame. And I suggest and really encourage anybody, if you're thinking about if your painting is finished or you want to look at it from a different perspective, take a floater frame and just put it in there. Sometimes you get a whole new vision of what it looks like and you get lots of ideas. So I did lots and lots of layers, one over another. Some have fluorescent paint, some are heavy body paint. Here are some that are fluorescent. I love the fluorescent so much that I left a lot of the fluorescent. This is just a collage piece. These are alcohol inks, collage piece. This is the fluorescent collage pieces, and you can have a very wonderful, sophisticated painting. Of all of these, I just love each one. You are not going to be able to stop doing these once you start. So let's get to doing it ourselves. Let me start. Let me move this aside and let's get started. So the first thing I do, I put a lot of samples just to show you what each one of the materials that I have out and what they do. First of all, when I do a color pull, I do it from top to bottom or bottom to top, but you could go across if you want. But I've already started by putting just a few layers on to show you, and then I'm going to add to this. What I have these are alcohol inks. These are heavy body paints, acrylic. This is all in acrylic. That's what I do. These are fluorescent paints, and I just love these. These are High Flow by Golden. Each one gives you a very different look. And here I'm also going to show you the fluid, which I use a lot in my abstract painting. But I'm going to demonstrate for you so you can get a feel. And then my first suggestion is just use what you have and experiment. So this is fluorescent over just heavy body. And I love the effect of this. This is just the fluorescent. So this kind of has a light pink or red tone. Let me show you what it might look like if I add alcohol inks. I'll start with alcohol inks. And let's see what this is. This is a deep purple. How about if I do this over here and just push it here? There's very fluid. It's going to drip. And what I use is either to pull it across is either a palette knife, or I use a Bondo spreader a lot. So that's what you'll see me working on. And so I did it on here. Now I'm going to do it on the other way. And sometimes other dots fall, and that's wonderful. I just let things happen as they're supposed to happen. But let me turn it around. I just love what happens with these alcohol inks. It just gets absorbed. I'm just going to put it here. It's going to drip, and it's going to just soak right in the canvas. And what I'm really striving for, and to make it really interesting, is edges that come in and out. They're not very defined, and I love that. For example, this one right here. So if I have that, what would happen if I went with another alcohol ink? This one is Marigold. I'm not thinking about which one because I'm just demonstrating it. I'm not designing a painting, but look what happens. It gets absorbed into the other like just fluid. And I love the organic feel. Look what happens with this. It's just magnificent. And I'll pull that a little bit and I'll wipe it off on a paper towel. So now let's go on over here. What are we going to do over here? Well, let me demonstrate maybe well, I have a fluorescent here, but I'll put another fluorescent. Why don't we do, here's a purple or a hot pink. I'm not quite sure what this is. But let's do it here. I'll do it on over here, just a light purple. Okay. And for me personally, depending on your style, I love fluorescent paints that are peek through a little bit at the end. Maybe not the whole thing, too fluorescent. This is a very light purple. Very light. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to put some more over here, and I'm going to put it a little heavier. So let's see what happens if we put a little heavier, thicker. And this is what you'll learn by doing this. The lighter you pull the paint, the less it gets absorbed or makes a stronger, more opaque mark. I personally like it soft and really thin and lightly pulled at first. And then if you want to, you can pull it later, put more paint on and pull it more. So let's do something in right here. How about if we go over with, oh, here's a blue. I'm not even sure what blue it is. Doesn't matter. This is heavy body. Very dark. Okay, very dark. Let's pull it down. That's why I call these color pulls. And I'm going to pull it here and pull it down. And I love when things happen where it organically goes in between and it soaks into the next color. And look what happens. Accidents, which are, or I don't call them mistakes. I call it magic. What is it? Just magic. You know, it's just magic to have different things that fall on you like, oh, I didn't plan on that. Oh, I don't like that. It's totally fine. Now let's go over some of these with white. Let's just see what happens if we do some white. And this is all about experimentation because every time I do this, and I have lots and lots of these, every time it turns out differently. So let's pull it lightly first. What do I think? Oh, I love what happened here. The blue was not dry and it just gave this light blue. It pulled in here. So, oh, this is just wonderful. Okay, so what am I going to do now? I think I'll go over some of this just to keep showing you. So we did fluorescent, we did alcohol inks. Oh, I know. Let's do a high flow. I'm not sure if I did that, but I'm going to do that now. Let's do a high flow in quinacridone magenta. So I'm going to shake it up. Whoops, I keep having bubbles that pop on here, which is very cool. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to do one. If you want like a straight like line to go down, you could use this high flow and just let it go down. Put it thicker and it will go down. So you just have, you know, each one of these is going to be different. So I'm not going to even pull it. I'm just going to let gravity do its course. So there I go. That is the high flow. So, and if you get a bubble on here, which sometimes you can, I just take and pop it with something sharp. So here we go. Let's go over here. I just want to show you more because there's so much to do. Here's one more thing I'm going to show you. This is fluid, Titan Buff Fluid Paints. Now, where should I put this? You know, I'm going to try something I actually haven't tried before because I think it's so much fun. This is still totally wet. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but that's okay. This is all part of an experiment. So I'm just going to put it over here and I'm going to pull it. Let's see what happens. The more you can experiment, the better your work gets because you discover things. So this is still very wet, but I don't know what it's going to do. Like, don't like, I have no idea. It's not about like or don't like. I'm trying to see what each one of these paints is going to do. And so far, I really like that. I like that I have a drip. This is wider than this, so there's a lot of variety. Is there anything else I want to do? I don't know about this layer. I think I might add one more just for fun. What else am I going to add? Let's do, oh, the Titan Buff. Let's do a tiny bit of green. Let's do what one dot of green would do here. Just the tiniest fluorescent green. And I want to show you another way to do this. You can also pull this. Wait, let me show you. You can scoot this up. I should have done this. You can put this on the edge of your palette knife instead of on the painting. And I'm going to go down like this, almost sideways. I'm trying to make different types of marks. Different types of marks, because the more different they are, the more interesting they are. So I'm going to do this again. This is the different one. This is a yellow green, not the other green that I just used, because I just want to play for fun. So now, how about if I did it this way? I'm going to take this short end and I'm going to pull it down here. And what happens? Do I like it? I think I'm going to do this. I'm going very lightly because I want to skim it. And they all dry. Just interesting, different textures. So here is a simple first pass. Now, if you are interested in watching me do, again, add more to this, watch on the next video, part 2, where I'm going to show you how I might add some more layers on here and collage pieces. So thanks for joining me. Click below. You'll see information about my Art with Adele Academy, which happens to be open right now, where I go in depth to all kinds of techniques and details and how-tos on creating abstract art.